Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. I'm here to talk about UK's petrol crisis and fuel crisis and empty shelves everywhere. So a lot of you may or may not realise that there is a huge petrol crisis happening at the moment, where petrol stations, as you can see, are 90% running dry. So there's huge queues out there at the moment, and you can see there's petrol shop owners are getting abused, people are fighting. Not only that, there's thieves drilling holes in parked cars to steal fuel. Excuse me. So it's quite a big thing at the moment, and these queues are happening all over UK, and these queues are going on for hours sometimes as well. And not only that, to make things worse, there's also M25 protests going on. And if you know M25, it's a huge road that goes around London, and when that gets blocked, there's traffic jams going for hours. Once I got stuck there for 7 hours, because once you're stuck in the M25, there's no way out. Absolutely no way out. It's absolutely ridiculous. So what happens is, when you're stuck in the M25, when you start your car and you stop your car, you use up a lot more petrol if you do it that way rather than driving at a constant speed. So having that right now is not helping. So this has been happening for some time now. I have been warning about this for the past few months, and I've made a couple of videos about it already. This is happening mainly down to three reasons. Number one, Brexit. As soon as Brexit happens, the borders were shut, and about 100,000 EU drivers went back to Europe, and they did not come back. They did not bother to come back because it's too much paperwork. Most of their visas were not renewed, and why would they come back? I mean, they had much more favourable conditions in the EU, while UK, the pay is lower in the UK, and plus you don't get respected, your visa doesn't get renewed, so it's a lot of hassle for all of these EU drivers, so they went back to the EU. And also there's other issues as well. A lot of lorry drivers actually have retired, because a lot of the older generation that have been driving lorries up and down the UK, all over Europe, they retire, and some of them retire early, because I don't know if many of you drive cars. If you're on the road for hours and hours, say 5-6 hours, 10 hours a day, you do get back problems, and you do get issues with your body, because you're not moving, you see, and you're just sitting in one place and you're driving. And a lot of these lorry drivers get a lot of health issues and back problems, so a lot of them retire early. It's not really a long career, lorry drivers. You can probably do it for a couple of years, but that's about it really. A lot of the youngsters, they don't really want to be lorry drivers. They want to grow up to be Instagram or YouTubers, so there's not very much demand for young kids to be lorry drivers. Lorry drivers were very hot back in the day, when where basically there wasn't many options for people at the time, and I think a lot of young kids then didn't have any much qualification, so they thought being lorry drivers is probably a good source of income. But nowadays youngsters have a lot more choice. You got your education, or you can be an Instagrammer or a social media influencer, YouTuber. There's much more options up there, and there's a lot more attractive options out there. And younger kids, a lot of them that I know, they all want to be YouTubers or Instagrammers or social media influencers. So it's an in thing nowadays. So the demand is there, but a lot of young kids, they don't want to do it. And the final thing this is causing is COVID-19, which I think, COVID-19 is a excuse, but it's just an excuse that's covering over the cracks really. The main thing is Brexit, and the main thing is aging workforce and people retiring early. But number one thing is the Brexit. I mean, when people in UK voted for Brexit, they wanted all the foreigners out, but they didn't expect this. I mean, what did you expect when you vote to get the foreigners out. I mean, it's not just lorry drivers that have been kicked out of the country. There's a lot of other foreigners that do the jobs that UK people don't want to do, and they're now being kicked out. A lot of stuff like street cleaning, and even they added recently they've added visa for people that look after chickens and turkeys, because they want to have turkeys for Christmas. And no British people are doing that kind of job, so they're increasing the visa for that. So, you know, you can't just eat your cake and expect, you know, all foreigners to be out, then complain afterwards when foreigners do get out and say, oh, we haven't got any petrol, or we haven't got any turkeys for Christmas, we haven't got any presents, where's the lorry drivers? I didn't vote for Brexit, I didn't expect this. Well, all of these British people who are out there in their pubs drinking every night, watching football, do you even like study what Brexit is, or what Brexit could cause? I understand, I get it, a lot of you were probably lied to by the governments, but you need to do your own research as well. I mean, look at me, I didn't vote for Brexit, I did my research, I knew all of this would happen. You know, why believe your politicians? Have they ever told the truth about anything? I mean, let me show you this, right? While all this is going on, Britain is still sending ships in the Taiwan Strait, pissing off the Chinese. This is today. While they should be focusing on this petrol crisis, they are sending bloody ships via the Taiwan Strait to piss off the Chinese. I mean, that's their, you know, that's their priority at the moment. I mean, can you believe this shit? Seriously. The whole country's, you know, going crazy because there's no petrol. Shelves are being empty, and they're thinking about sending ships to China in the Taiwan Strait. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. So what are they doing about this? What is Britain doing about this? Well, they've increased the visa now. They've increased the visa for 3 months for HGV drivers to come in from Europe. 3 bloody months. 3 bloody months. Can you believe this shit? Are you that stupid? It's not just Boris Johnson, it's also that woman Priti Patel. 3 bloody months. Do you think these Europeans are gonna come to UK for 3 bloody months and get kicked out again? They've already been kicked out of UK. And do you think they're gonna come back? Oh, come back, do us a little favour, drive around for us for 3 months, then get the hell out of our country, yeah? How about that? Do you think they're going to leave their cushy jobs in Europe where they get paid more? They don't have to take so much shit from the UK. They have better working conditions in Europe. You know, it's not just UK that's having driver issues. Europe is having driver issues. There's not enough drivers to Europe. So why would they leave Europe and come to UK for 3 months and get kicked out again? Why? Tell me why. Put this the other way, right? Put this the other way. Say France is having major lorry issue. They need lorry drivers, and they advertise in UK, and they said, oh, come to France for 3 months. You know, you get less pay, worse working conditions. Come to us for 3 months. We'll give you visa for 3 months. Then you can piss off back to your country. Do you think any British people are going to go to France for 3 months? Why do you think Europeans are desperate to come to UK? Do you? When you got the whole block of all of these countries doing better economy, you know, they've got better economy, better working conditions, better EU laws and rules. Why would they come to a little island, UK, for 3 months? Tell me why. And not only that, guys, this is how stupid this 3-month visa thing is. By the time you apply to become a lorry driver in the UK, say, you know, you're advertising for a lorry driver in the UK, and you're European, basically. So you apply to a British firm. So you apply, you have your interviews, and you cannot start straight away, guys. You cannot start straight away. There's lots of checks to go through. Sometimes these lorry drivers have to go through security checks. Sometimes you have to go through all of your references and security checks, and these security checks sometimes take a few months. Then you got to do your paperwork and your visa paperwork and all of that stuff, and and then you gotta kind of sort out your accommodation, and you know, there's a lot of things to sort out, and all of this takes months. It's not like you can just pop out, jump on a plane, come the next day and start working. No, it doesn't work like that. There's, you know, since Britain has left the EU, there's new regulations, new laws. You know, you gotta fill up a lot of paperwork. You gotta do all of these checks and stuff. It's going to be like at least a few months. So you've got the visa for 3 months and your checks take 2 months. How long have you got to work? About a month. Do you really think that's worth it? You know, that is the most stupidest rule I've ever seen in my life. And you can see, like, what these EU drivers are saying. EU drivers set to snub Boris Johnson's appeal to solve UK petrol crisis with Brexit visa offer. I mean, are you having a laugh? These EU drivers are just having a laugh at Boris. And they're all saying, why would we leave our cushy jobs in Europe and come work for you? And then get kicked out for three months later. And you can see here, you can see a furious Polish lorry driver lets rip at insolent Boris and tells him to shove his new visa. Do you really think these Europeans are going to jump over hoops just for a 3-month visa? Do you really think so? Seriously, this Boris and his government is just having a laugh. They're just so stupid. And this is the BBC article. UK visa plan will not fix lorry driver shortage, says boss. Of course it's not going to fix it. It's a 3-month visa. 3 months. Are you going to drop everything? Are you going to drop everything, come to UK, work for 3 months, get kicked out for less wage, less working conditions, and all the time, guys, look at this. You're stuck in the M25 with all these protests going on, so you're driving less than 1 mile an hour. Do you really think people are going to take this crap? Seriously, wake up. Wake up, UK. Wake up, people. Seriously, and stop sending ships to bloody Taiwan Strait and pissing off China. Concentrate on your own issues. That's all I have to say for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video.